So now we're back to our top 10 list. Me and Harley decided to delve deep into the world of horrible things. And we decided not to leave this one to Jeffrey because we didn't want to hear him scream.
Because he screams at everything we do.
Indeed, we cause him pain, and it makes us giggle.
He should just be lucky we didn't bring Jill.
Indeed. So now it's time for our top 10, our favorite. She took slashers, and I took the monsters.
Slashers.
And I took the monsters. Now, there are going to be some weird crossovers, and probably some of you are going to argue with us online that one of them is the other. You know what? Bring it. So
right.
starting with our number 10.
Jigsaw. I love the Saw films. I actually know Darren Lynn Bosman, who was the director of the first three. He did Repo the Genetic Opera, and I actually love these movies.
See, my problem with them is like the first three
are fantastic. And then you change
directors
and it went.
It changed directors, but also the problem was like it went to more and more like, can I have a bigger excuse just to murder people in the most violent way I can?
Yes.
Like you know, we're talking about Final Destination. It's like death has to like drop a log that flips a table that does this, and then you get stabbed with a table.
It's like those weird puzzles where people like put all this stuff together, and it has to do like the falling effect. That takes frickin' forever.
See, and also Jigsaw is so high on this list due to the fact that both the video games suck balls.
I did hate the video games.
Indeed.
Though I do like doing the escape room.
Yes. So our number 9. Sorry, I keep it. Is Jiang Shai. I think I'm saying that. Jiang Sai. Yes.
Jiang Sai.
Jiang Sai. The hopping vampire or hopping zombie. They're generally females. They are in Japan, and they're
like a
dude. A lot of them are weird. Mostly a lot of Asian cultures have this one. They have a seal on their head. They bounce like this. Come on, bounce it.
There's actually, oh god, what anime is it that has the dude with the big seal on his head that does it too?
Oh god, yeah. There's so many of.
We're terrible. We can't remember, but I know what you're talking about.
There's also the fighting game that has the girl.
The fighting game with the guy with the big seal on his head.
Oh, the guy with the seal on his head was Shaman Kings.
Yes, Shaman King.
Yeah, that was these are really popular out through all.
Shaman King. Why did you cancel it?
Because the ending is really screwed up. It involves Jesus. So no, I'm not even kidding. But this is really predominant in Asia, like China, Korea, Japan.
Everybody's got one of these.
Everyone's got one of these, and the funny thing is. Yeah, because one of the things is, guys, a lot of these cultures don't like talking to each other, and yet they all have the same really weird, creepy monster.
It's
also,
real.
These things' heads sometimes will detach and fly like bats and eat you.
That's why we don't go to Japan and don't go to the bathroom in Japan.
Speaking of Japan, ours was made in it. Our next one is made in Japan.
Number 8, Chucky.
You know, that also would be kind of creepy that like Chucky has to wait like 6 to 8 weeks in a freight container just going, come on.
Come on.
Come on.
Come
Come on. Come on.
Can I get out, please? He picked the new CGI crappy Chucky.
Yes, he did.
I like the old Chucky.
So Chucky is those who don't know, is voiced by actually a wonderful, talented actor who also recently was in Lord of the Rings. He was the evil, the one who told the king that like the Fellowship was evil. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, he's cool.
Really? That's the same guy?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, weird. But yeah, Chucky.
You learn the things every day. The more you know.
The more you know. But yes. So yes, Chucky, awesome. I like him. But he's got the stupidest weakness.
I like Tiffany.
Tiffany's?
No, I like Tiffany.
Oh yeah, the Bride of Chucky. Yeah. The Seed of Chucky. Can we pretend that movie didn't happen?
No, I actually like that movie. That was actually the first Chucky movie I ever watched.
I actually watched the first one in theaters, and it was quite terrifying, and I didn't want to toy anymore.
You watched Child's Play, not Chucky.
Yeah, I watched Child's Play, but I mean, you know what I mean.
Yes.
I watched the first Chucky movie because that's what everyone called him. They didn't even call him Child's Play. They said it was a Chucky movie.
Yeah, it's Chucky.
My number 7. Speaking of things that are gross and disgusting, The Blob. And I love the 1980s Blob because the 1980 Blob is the best. Yes,
That's the one that has the thing that comes up and like sucks them through the deck while they're swimming.
There's that. Also, they grab the guy. The girl grabs the guy's hand and it rips off because it's now finally off. The only thing I don't like about either of those movies is the dog.
Yeah, because
you don't
do that to dogs.
You don't do that to dogs.
Why do they always kill the dog?
Yeah, but the fact that it's germ warfare from America is that spoiler alert on a 30-year-old movie that you guys really should all be watching. I'm waiting for the sequel to this one because like 30 years later where the priest finally breaks the glass.
Really?
Yeah, because think about it, he still has the glass.
Oh, he does.
He does have the baby jar. Yes. So, number 6, speaking of sequels we didn't want to ask for.
Leatherface! Which I'm not looking forward to this movie.
So, yeah, they're making a sequel to this one, but let's not talk about crappy sequels. Let's talk about why Leatherface works. Leatherface works because, like, seriously, he's just frightening.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre are wonderful movies. I actually liked the second one.
Dennis Hopper was on drugs.
He was.
See,
Some serious drugs.
yeah, Dennis Hopper was on drugs when he made the second one. If you haven't seen the second one has dual chainsaw wielding maniacs.
It's Bill Moseley is one of them too.
Yeah, Bill Moseley's
I
one.
like his weird, like, let me scratch my head with this coat hanger, and it's a big metal plate.
Yeah.
I actually got to meet him too because he's fun to hang out with.
So seriously, watch this one because at the end, third act, it's Dennis Hopper and Leatherface going at it with chainsaws, and they're just attacking each other, and it's
beautiful.
It's beautiful. It's insane. Thank you, Canon, for making it. Sorry, you're gone.
Very sad.
So our next one is evil toys. Evil dolls, and particularly,
I'm okay
like
with this.
Asia has a lot of these things where the dolls come to life. Actually, every culture has an evil doll story. Chucky is an evil doll, technically.
I
They're
mean,
always
we had Doll Graveyard
yeah.
a couple years ago.
Still
When
going.
I was a kid, there was Doll Graveyard, and that movie like freaked me the hell out.
What was it? Say No Evil, the
Yep.
one with the yeah. There's always been these. No matter what culture, no matter what age, everyone gets one of these. No matter what, Goosebumps, whatever. It's fine.
Everybody's got a creepy doll.
Everyone gets a creepy doll. Everyone gets a creepy toy. Hopefully, one of them comes with a drill on its head to kill evil. Our next one is our number 4, the Awesome Master.
Michael Myers.
Now, which one are we talking about? The original?
Yeah.
Okay.
As much as I love, Rob Zombie,
The second Rob Zombie was a Halloween movie was absolute trash. We all know
it
it.
really was.
It was horrible.
But I do
love
love
hurts.
Michael Myers. I think it's funny because it's always the girls are all like running as quick as they can, and he's just like, "What's up, man? What's up,
No.
bro? Why you running? I just wanted to give you back your wallet."
My favorite though is in H2O because you know how silly and
Yes.
awful that movie is. I just love that Jamie Lee Curtis grabs the axe. He goes, "No, I'm done. I ran away from you for 20 years. I've got an axe. We're good. Let's go. I don't care anymore. You know what? We're done." So it's awesome. I think Michael Myers works. Speaking of working, number 3, the Cenobites. Now some people will say this is also a slasher, but it's really more of a horror thing.
I would. Say
They are
general horror.
they're general horror. They are the embodiment of pleasure and pain. They are, depending on what movie, just really either screwed up concepts of what your inner heart wants, or just an excuse to have somebody full of pens.
I think that's just the excuse to have a pinhead.
Indeed. And there's a lot to it. If you read, what was the original book called?
I didn't read the book.
Yeah, there's one.
I watched the movies.
Read one of the books. The Cenobites aren't actually that evil. They're only evil when you summon them. I think the best moment in all those movies, though, is when the autistic girl, solves the puzzle.
Yes.
And they're like gonna get her, and Pinhead's like, "Whoa, she didn't call us. Somebody else did. They're just using her. They're evil, but they're not like
They're not like super evil.
Then-
They won't hurt innocent children.
right, because it's like she didn't summon them. She just solved your puzzle box until you get to the later ones, and then they'll just kill everybody. But watch the first 2. Take
That's
those.
because they then became a
Right.
crime
Yeah.
slasher. Number 2, Jason.
Most slamest slasher of them all.
I love Jason Voorhees. It's not just because I have sexy statues of him and Freddy Krueger. that are chicks.
Also, apparently sexy Jason is a thing.
Sexy Jason is a thing. They're chicks. And
Yeah.
Jill and I actually cosplay sexy Freddy and Jason.
There you go.
It's terrible.
So Jason, I love how everyone's like, in the first movie, Jason killed so many people. Yeah, Jason killed so many people in the first movie, guys.
He got
so,
revenge.
Wait, yeah, it was his mom in the first movie. It was his mother, yeah.
Spoilers!
Yeah, it's a 40-year-old movie. Shut up.
After a year, it's not a spoiler anymore.
Yeah, after almost 30 years, it's not a spoiler anymore. And my number 1 movie, my number 1 monster of all time, could also be a slasher. But this monster permeates, like, even conversations.
He's not a monster.
Well,
Actual Frankenstein. The
No,
person
Frankenstein's
was a
monster. Yeah, no, Frankenstein's monster is the greatest monster because even in conversations, you know what that thing means, but you also can just like, what is that thing like? It's like a Frankenstein monster of a disaster or something. Frankenstein's monster is one of the greatest monsters of all time because of that. It's just he's awesome. You could turn him into any culture you want. You could do anything and keep dividing out. And you know what? There's even a giant Frankenstein monster that like conquered Japan or something like that. That was weird. It's also in Power Rangers. Frankenstein has been in Power Rangers. That was awesome.
Frankenstein was in Power Rangers?
Yes. Frankenstein's monster technically was in Power Rangers. But you know what? We're done. We're going to close up the show
have a
thing real
musical.
fast. We'll stay tuned and we'll talk to you guys here in a moment.